Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. We are here. We are here to get into some things about Real Housewives of Potomac. So make sure you guys come on in and like up the video. Okay. I'm going to give it a few more minutes before I get started. So we're going to enjoy some throwback music over here on the channel before we really get into things. Okay. So give me a second. Good morning. Good morning to the people. What is up, y'all? All right. I already put a little post up. Well, not a post, but I put my little caption up, letting y'all know I was a little disappointed in Dr. Wendy this episode. And baby, the think pieces have already come. And I'm gonna let y'all keep coming. Okay. I think the one that did stick out to me the most was Camille saying that she hates that Dr. Wendy's behavior is always under a microscope. Let me tell you how I read that. And this may not be what you mean, but sometimes people may type some and then, the person on the opposite end may receive it differently. So when I see that, to me in my head, I automatically go to me being the one to put her under a microscope. And that's a slight bit of offense to me because I've probably caped the most for her over here on the channel. So when I see that, you may be speaking in general though, like, dang, I'm tired of seeing Dr. Wendy's, behavior being under a microscope. When I look over here, somebody's saying that. When I look over there, somebody's saying that. You know what I'm saying? That may be the case, okay? But how I read it for myself over here is as if you feel like I'm putting her under a microscope, like consistently. And that's not the case, but she may be under one today, but then not so much at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk about the episode and we'll see. Okay. Let's see. What's going on? Good morning though. Good morning. Good morning. Intando Manke. I don't know if I said that right, but please forgive me. Good morning, Camille, Chiffon, Shakira, Caribbean Gal. What's going on, love? Good morning, the life of Samad. What is going on? Um, Okay. Um, yeah, so let's talk about it. Let's go. What's up? What's going on, girl? What's the tea? Raspy Gamer, what is up? What's going on? Thank you guys so much for being here. Okay. Thank you guys for being here this morning. We're going to go ahead and get into this episode, okay? So let's chat about it real quick. Let me get my notes and stuff together. We're going to start from the top because it appears that the ladies are getting ready to go off to a polo event that Tia's company is throwing. So she's invited all these ladies to the polo event. I feel like the polo event has really been the business on this well, the polo event versus Preakness, of course, is two different things, but I feel like the attire and stuff is like all the same. So I'm like, okay, they've been giving a lot of those events, and I actually wouldn't mind to go. I wouldn't mind going to something like that. I want to go to some of the bougie ass events, like the polo, some like Preakness, where they go, they watch the horses race. You know what I'm saying? Going to watch like a tennis match. Like I want to go to some bougie. You feel me? Shout out to the 100+ in the chat. If we could get 100 likes, that'd be great. Let's keep going. So the ladies are on the bus, and Ashley is like, well, somebody's missing. An obvious person is missing, Tia. Why? And she said, well, I had to uninvite that BIT because she kicked me out. Okay. That was my first time in my life being kicked out of an event. And so she kicked me out. She couldn't come. I ain't even mad at Tia for that. You kicked me out, BIT, so I'm finna uninvite you to my event. I think that's common. Tia says, they have an opportunity to sing the national anthem. Now, she knows that Angel can sing. She knows that Ashley sings. Y'all see the difference? Angel can sing and Ashley sings. Okay? But when she got all them together, she decided to ask Angel specifically to be the one to sing the national anthem or whatever. And Ashley was like, well, why you ain't asked me? And Tia just gave her a look. I said, exactly. Just look at her. Like, girl, please. Anyway, so once they get to the event, though, they all settled for singing Lift Every Voice. And what I learned when watching the after show was that Angel had some issues with her voice. I guess she was getting over a sickness. So that is why all of them came together to pretty much sing. And I think it was Gizelle, Angel. I think Kiana may have been out there. Ashley was out there. Tia was out there, and then Wendy was like directing them as they sung. And I was just kind of like, now why the hell did y'all let Ashley hold the mic? You know what I'm saying? Why did y'all have Ashley holding the mic? Because I felt like Ashley holding the mic, Ashley tried to oversing everybody a little bit. I'm just like, I guess, honey. Anyway, we're going to keep pushing forward. That's what the ladies did. The white folks clap. All good. Now, when they was over there on the bus, right? Of course, Stacey came up with the conversation. Of course, everybody feeling like she's a liar, but Jassy hasn't gone to that place yet to see Stacey in the same light as the other ladies. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna need more evidence for y'all to show me that my girl is a liar because it's not giving that. So she pulls Ashley to the side after Ashley already told her that Stacey didn't want to come to her wedding until Wendy and she said that they were gonna come to the wedding. So when she pulls Ashley to the side, she tells her, thank you for coming to, my wedding and stuff like that. She said if it was Stacey and it was her wedding, without a question, I would be there to support her and stuff. And so Ashley ends up telling her that she hopes that Stacey doesn't let her down or something like that. She says, I hope she doesn't violate your trust or whatever the case is. And so when Jassy has done some interviews, she did kind of throw shade at Stacey a little bit. I saw over there on Reality Chat, she did an interview and then she kind of was throwing shade at her. Everybody was a little confused because we didn't know that they fell out with each other. So I'm just wondering how this is going to play out on the show to see how they kind of fall out or where they have their issue. Because how I'm looking at it right now is kind of giving Jazzy, you are, I guess, believing there's an issue. I feel like because so many people in the group are having a problem, you're starting to believe that there's a problem too. And it's really not that big of a deal. Like whether her thing was that she wasn't going to go originally or not, she still showed up. Whether it was by the influence of other people or whatever, she still showed up. Now, if she does something later, then feel away. If you need her to be there for you later and she doesn't. But right now, it's over and done with. And I feel like in my personal, I think Jassy may create an issue with Stacey based on what the other ladies have told her, making her the problem, therefore aligning herself with the majority because she don't want to be on the outs. But I don't know, because I feel like Jassy has rode for Stacey for the most part like Wendy has. So I don't know. But it's like, let's not make a problem where a problem doesn't necessarily have to exist here. But Okay, it is what it is. Okay. Now, the ladies at some point are sitting down and they're chilling. And Ashley brings up Angel saying that the ladies aren't doing enough to bring her into the group. Then we get a flashback. The flashback is when Angel tells Ashley that them not knowing each other, she said something about us not knowing each other, but it could have been like a quick text. Like the issue is that we don't really know each other. But if you would have given me an olive branch or given me a quick text, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that would have made me feel more included. Now we go back to present day, and Ashley tells her that she has to meet. Well, no. When she said this to Ashley in the flashback, Ashley says, "You got to meet us halfway." I agree with Ashley. Like, you do got to meet them halfway. Ashley says this will be a good time to spend more time with the ladies, get to know us and stuff, right? So Tia's like, so you don't think that she's done that? Ashley's like, no. So Angel says that she hears what Ashley is saying, and she's like, it'll happen. And she's excited to get to know all of the ladies, including Wendy, right? And she says, me and Wendy gonna be all right. But Wendy over there looking like, girl, no, we not, honey. Okay, the way you keep coming for me, bitch, no, we not. Okay, it's not gonna be that close. But in the confessional, Angel, you need to get your stuff. I don't know what you got going on, but you really need to get your shit together. So in the confessional, she says that these one-sided interactions that these ladies want me to have is not who I am. And, I just feel like it's made up by Ashley. And it's like, girl, the fact that you got me having Ashley back is irritating me. Because that is what you said. You've complained about it earlier on about how you want these ladies to pretty much include you, come up on you, all of that. And that's what you said. That's what you said. I don't know what you thought this was. I think she thought it was wax because she's in this such higher position, I guess, within the wax community. She's used to the younger girls coming up to her. She's not used to being the newer girl in a situation. And it's like, now you got to do what you want those younger girls in the WAGs community to do. You got to do that with these ladies. Actually be intentional about getting to know them. Actually not wrong. And that is some SHI that you said. And it's not a one-sided interaction. This one-sided interaction they want me to have, well, really it is one because that's what you said. Okay. Anywho, so that's what's going on with Angel. I need her to figure that out. Right. So we get to the next scene of Angel and her husband packing up. So they packing the house up. They're headed back to Colorado, which is real weird to me because if y'all are moving out, why not just go and just jump ship and get another home already there in Potomac? I said this, I believe, in the last review. If not, maybe I said it on Patreon. But I felt like she only relocated there for the show. So when I ended up hearing Gizelle say that later on in the episode, I was like, okay, we see each other because that's what it's given. And she underestimated the time frame that she would have to be out there in Potomac. So anywho, her and her husband are both annoyed about the fact that they have to move everything. Angel says that they got the rental while they were looking for a home in Maryland. The homeowners thought that they were going to be gone for a certain period of time. And that's what was confusing to me. The homeowners thought y'all was going to be gone for a certain... What you mean they thought you was going to be gone for a certain period of time? What you talking about? Because y'all left Colorado, but y'all was in. So am I the only person confused by that? Because I mean, like, are y'all renting the house out there in Colorado too? And it was a mishap out there as well? Is that what you're saying? Because y'all weren't gone from the home in Potomac. I'm so confused. They thought we were going to be gone for a certain period of time. And then she showed the text message or whatever the case was. So Angel says that they are trying to find a home. But no, she was like, we're trying to find a home so we don't pretty much have to deal with these type of rules or this situation where we got to uproot the family and get the hell on, get out of Dodge, right? So now Kiana is coming over, ironically. And that's when Angel tells her, like, girl, we headed back to Colorado. And she's like, what the hell? No, you ain't. You can't leave me here. She was like, girl, yeah. And she's saying it like laughing like it's a joke. Like, ha, 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 ha. I'm like, girl, ain't nothing funny really about having to pack your SH out when you weren't expecting to pack it up and move the hell out. Matter of fact, where is that text? Because I think I screenshotted that to see exactly what did the text say from the company. Do I have that? I'm trying to find out. What did the company tell her, honey? All right, let's see. Hi, Angel. We hope you're having a great stay. I'm sending this a little in advance, but here is our checkout information for VP for you to check out at 12 p.m. on the 1st. We have loved having you. In the meantime, please feel free to reach out with anything you need. Yeah, Angel, some of the milk ain't clean, baby love. Some in the milk ain't clean. Huh? And then at the end, when you sit up there and you talking about something, I don't know. I don't even know what it was. Girl, they said hi Angel. It sounds like they talking directly to the person that booked this thing. You booked this. They talked to you. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I started to think, well, maybe they have like another financial person that they use to like handle certain things like this, right? But they're communicating directly to you, saying your name and via text message. How you don't know what the hell going on? Now, I will say, and we'll get to that in a second, I do feel like Gizelle did put extra on it, talking about some damn eviction. Okay. However, it's still giving the thought of you only booked this so that you could do this show. And I don't really fault her for that. I don't really care about that. Like, it's not that big of a deal to me. Making it this big deal like she got kicked out, evicted, to me that's lame. In my personal, feel how you feel. But I'm like, housewives do it all the time. I could have sworn Kenya Moore was living out in California when she came to damn Housewives of Atlanta. And then she was living in, looked like a damn hotel or apartment. That's when what was it? Nene walked in there and said, "Ew, white refrigerator." Wasn't that when Nene walked in there and saw the white refrigerator and that became a whole thing? Because Kenya wasn't living in Atlanta, actually. Eventually, she moved there. But you know, with the Potomac ladies as well, they got this whole thing about people living or not living in Potomac. Remember when Robyn went and put that piece on carrying them house when she tried to act like she was living in Potomac, knowing she lived far out and all this other stuff. It's always been a big deal for some reason. But I mean, I just didn't think it was that deep. You know, like, huh? Like, okay, that's what they got going on. But Angel, something about it doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna highlight this real quick though. I'm just looking forward to seeing what the following episode is going to give and if these ladies are gonna ride. And I don't know how I'm gonna feel too when the episode plays out. But what came to mind just a little bit is y'all put all of this emphasis on Stacey being a liar about this and that. Meanwhile, it looked like Angel over here lying about something. Now, granted, I don't believe they were evicted. I don't. But some just don't make sense. Angel couldn't even keep up with her lies, I guess, at the end, to where she just had to say, like, I don't know, girl. I don't know what the hell I did. Like, she didn't say that, but that's how she was feeling. Right? Let me not even say nothing else. I'm gonna dig myself in a deeper hole. So it's hard. Y'all gonna be on her ass like y'all was on Stacey. Cause baby, I'm hoping we're moving forward from the irritations of Stacey and the crew. Okay? Let's not harp on this too long. Let's move to the next thing. And it might be Angel, as long as we're being fair. All right. Now, Angel says, you know, they're trying to find a home, right? So that they don't have to do this whole Airbnb situation. That's when Kiana comes over. And that's when she learns about them leaving. It was all abrupt. Of course, she's not ready for that. Tia comes over. Tia confused too, right? So Tia is just like, so when Angel gives them the update, continues to update Tia, Tia's like, so is this an Airbnb? I said, girl, that's exactly what I thought. And so Angel was like, where's the short-term rental? And I'm like, tomato, bitch. I'm like, it's the same thing technically. But then I understand if it may not be because it's under a different company versus Airbnb, but it's still giving those vibes, all right? Either way, this is where she also goes on to admit. So Tia's like, oh my God, so you have to pack up all of this stuff and move it across the country? She's like, oh, well, see, that's the thing. This home came furnished. So none of the things in here are ours anyway. It doesn't even belong to us. And I said, y'all see this? This lady came on this show in my personal, even though we knew that they was kind of like renting the house and looking for some, I thought all of that furniture was theirs. Okay? Now, is y'all gonna be, and I'm not talking about y'all, I'm talking about the cast. Is the cast gonna be on her head a little bit like y'all was over there with Stacey? Okay, having people thinking that this is fully furnished, all her stuff, this, that. Only thing they got up in that house is toys and stuff for the kids and clothes. And you know what? Now my whole thought is changing, y'all. Okay, my whole thought is changing about this doggone episode. Cause I feel like I was gonna try and I felt like I would give grace towards the end of the episode about, and I might still, we'll see as we go on through this review, about when they got that call from when Kiana reached out to Angel and her husband about where they were. And he's like, yeah, okay, they've been moving. But it's like, wait a minute, hoe. Scoot back. If Angel saying all they got in the house is clothes and shit, then what you really moving? How is that stressing you out that much? I mean, it could be stressful if you're trying to figure out your next step. But according to Angel, they're about to go back to Colorado. And I'm just like, looking like, why? Why go back to Colorado, move your stuff all the way back over there when you could just find another home to rent temporarily? So now I was finna sit up here and go in on Ashley, and my whole thoughts is changing right now. Because Ashley said, are they broke? And I'm not saying they broke, but what I'm wondering is why not just go get another house? You see, so I don't know. I mean, because I'm like, they ain't broke. Like, why would they be broke? But then I'm just like, well, shit, is they? Because y'all know I be ready to tag on Ashley any chance I get, and I can't necessarily do that. My whole thought about the sit down between Wendy, Gizelle, and Ashley might change as when we get there, but we'll see. But as I'm talking this through with y'all, like, it's just not making sense, Angel baby. I'm sorry, it's just not. So Tia, you know, this is not Stacy, but Kira, I'm saying everybody name but Angel's. Angel said the spot was double booked. This text message don't seem double booked though. This text message seemed like it came to an end. Like, it seemed like the contract on the short-term rental is ending, and we appreciate you. Here is our checkout process. It doesn't seem like it was double booked. So I'm just saying, some ain't sounding right, and I don't think that she was evicted at all. But I do think that she only booked that for the purposes of the show. And of course, she probably can't say that as plain as Gizelle said it when she was talking to Tia. So I don't know. We're going to have to see. But hopefully y'all following what I'm saying. Hopefully we see each other. So then Angel says, you know, it's a short-term rental. Then she admits about the furniture. Angel says that all they have are clothes and stuff, right? So boom. Angel now says that I think Tia asked her about her realtor or whatever it was, real estate agent, whatever. And then Angel was like, well, I like such and such, but, you know, I'm willing to tag team this. And I'm like, can you tag team it? Angel, baby, did you sign an exclusive contract or something to only work with that person? Because I would think you can have some of those. Y'all real estate people, let me know. Unless she doesn't already have a contract in place, can she even go over there and work with Stacy? Now I'm questioning if she was even looking for a damn house out there in Potomac. I'm willing to tag team this. And Tia would know, right? You can only tag team this if you did not sign an exclusive contract with this person. If you didn't, we can work together. If not, that could be a problem if I find you a home and close the deal or whatever the case. Now, unless Tia has a home where she's representing the seller, and then Angel got somebody that's representing her, then they probably could come together in that front. But if you think she's supposed to just go find you a house for you to purchase, I don't think that's how that's supposed to go. So I don't know, Angel. And y'all spend all this time on Stacy Nick. Kiana, come have a seat. Don't put your hands on me. Just sit down. You spent all this time over here calling out Stacy and her lies, and your homegirl didn't even tell you she had to get the fuck out until you showed up at her house. Girl, you cool? Is you cool? You being shocked, blown away. You don't know what the hell going on. Friend done played in your face too, but you spent majority of this season on Stacy. Well, y'all still locked in, so congrats. Let's keep going. So, Tia and Kiana, I thought this was nice though. I thought this was nice. The ladies went into one of the rooms and they did help her pack up one of the kids' rooms. I thought that was nice, or at least the kids' room as a whole. So that was nice. But I'm just tripping, Angel, because you really had us up here like. And this something else you said at the end of this episode too that I might have to know if I don't forget. And no, I'm gonna say it now because I don't want to forget. You said something about a sitter. I think I did put that in my notes. But you had just had your mama and your daddy, like, or I'm sorry, forgive me. I believe your mom has passed, so rest her soul. But I think it was your dad and his mom, your husband's mom, at the house just helping y'all out and stuff like that. Like you brought the whole family down and do. Like you really portrayed a certain image. But Stacy was the one that was fake this whole time. Good, that's crazy. Let's keep going though. Let's keep going. So Tia gets a call from Gizelle when she's leaving, and Gizelle invited her to this little cowboy Potomac picnic thing that she and Wendy is doing. Right? Tia gives her the spiel on Angel and this house. Gizelle says exactly what I said. So basically, she just came here for the show. She just came here for the show. So that's what you're saying? Because that's not making sense. Okay, I think that was in the moment where Gizelle kind of came up with the whole eviction thing too. So Stacy and Kiana ended up sitting down. They go sit down, have a seat. When they first sit down, they're trying to figure out what they finna eat, right? So Stacy asked Kiana if she wanted to have like a burrata or something like that. And Kiana's like, well, no, I can't do that. You know, I'm allergic to cheese or whatever. She's like, oh, but I ain't know that. She was like, yeah. She's like, isn't that a shame I didn't know that this whole time? She was like, no, not necessarily, girl, because we wouldn't even like locked in like that. So I get it if you don't understand. But Stacy still goes on to order her burrata. Now, Kay gets into the confessional and she's feeling away. Like, didn't I just tell her ass that I'm allergic to cheese? Yeah, but I think that she ordered what she wanted for her. Therefore, order what the hell you want for you. Okay? That's all that was. So Kay ends up bringing up the connection that they had at last year's trip, which is crazy. So she brought up how they were close, how they, had to share a room last year and how everything was good between them from the jump. And then I get to this Ashley Bloom event and you were just so rude to me. Like, I don't understand. And I'm over here like, Kay, now why you done skipped how this really got started? Baby, when Stacy said, no, baby, let's keep it in chronological order. I said, I know that's mother, right. I know that's mother, not you went from A to C and skipped over B. No. Let's go back. And really, we ain't even gonna count A because that happened last year, right? And we was good. We gonna count where the shit started. And we gonna start, that's A. Down there to Gizelle's house where you decided to come for me unwarrantedly. Like, you just started being on my head top for no reason. Like, why is you dragging me? Okay, just out the gate, going in on her. Okay, so she's over there talking, right? They get into that. Stacy says, she brings up what happened at Gizelle's house. She said the girl screamed at her. I ain't gonna say Kay really screamed at her, but that's what she said, right? She said, you call me a phony and a fraud. After that, why would I be so friendly with you when I come back around you? And every time I'm around you, you got this energy for me. And Kay is like, well, you be weaponizing, my altercation against me all the time. Right? And Stacy says she never once said that Kay was violent. You did kind of insinuate it, though. You may not have said it, but you did kind of insinuate that that's what was going on, okay? Stacy says she's never seen the text that Kiana says she has. She says she was asked if she dated Chris, and she says she never dated him. She only knew him socially, right? She says, why would you then go to Monique and say that I dated her ex-husband? Why would you do that? Now, in the confessional, this is where Kay is saying that she don't know what the hell Stacy has done, but she does know that she's seen photos of them out together. Okay, at least one photo. She says Stacy won't own her truth. I mean, I don't know if there were other people at that table or if it was just them two at the table. I don't know. That's the only photo that I saw based on what they shown. But whatever it was, it doesn't matter because they're both divorced. And Monique is not Stacy's friend. It does not matter. Y'all just needed to make something a big thing that wasn't a big thing, okay? She then said, Stacy lets her know we got a lot in common from business to personal relationships. I don't really know why we just can't connect on that. And Kay says that she wants them to be able to, pretty much talk, be cordial with each other. If they have an issue, to be able to have a conversation without Stacy having fear that she's going to do something to her. right? She's like, I don't want that to be your landing point every time we have to have a talk. And I can understand that too. I think that from state K's standpoint, it should be kind of nipped in the bud in a sense. Because, yes, I had that one altercation, right, where I was hit and I reacted to that. But also, like, I don't need you going around, pushing that narrative. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you going around pushing that narrative like I'm just like a aggressive, ready to fight type of person. So I do understand where Kay is coming from with that. And Stacey just asked her, well, listen, I got you. I'll keep that in mind. But moving forward, give me the benefit of the doubt instead of just going along with what other people tell you. At least ask me first. And I feel like Stacey should have said something else. Like, don't just ask me about it, but at least take my word like as facts. Like, especially if you don't have any additional evidence to go off on, to be proven as fact, if I'm telling you what it is, just stick with that. Okay? Until something else comes along to prove me wrong. So they good. All is well between those two ladies. Then we get Gizelle, Ashley, and Wendy. Right? So as soon as they sit down, they learn that they're all invited to go to Colorado. Gizelle tells them about what Tia told her about Angel in the house. Gizelle talk about old girl done got evicted. All of this stuff, she done got put out. And something about the scene was just like, ugh. To me, it was so when Wendy says, that her realtor friend told her that, a girl approached her for a home. She wants a house that looks like it's $50,000, but I only want to pay $2,000 to $3,000. I was like, lame, don't care. Like, and a lot of y'all are looking for a certain type of home, but you want it at a cheaper rate because, Wendy, you're getting your house renovated. Obviously, you want a nicer built home or renovations, nicer things in your house, and you're getting it, in my opinion, at a cheaper rate, right? By getting somebody to come in and installing it versus going out buying a much more expensive house that already got all the shit that you want. So I just felt like for what? Why are we doing that? Like, for what? That's most people. A lot of us are not millionaires or billionaires. Even though a lot of people like to portray that on social media, that's not the case. Okay? So what's wrong with her wanting to? Now, 2,000 to 3,000 in the Potomac area in Maryland is a cackle. I'm not going to hold you. Okay? I think that number could have been exaggerated a bit. Okay? Now, if she did say that as a fact, now that is a laughing matter. 2 to 3K is laughable as hell. But you want the house to look like a 50K? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. But a lot of people want something that looks expensive, but they ain't got to spend all that money. Like, people look for a deal all the damn time. But then Wendy goes on to say, if homegirl want a discount, let her get her discount, and she's like, I'm not really worried about her living situation, right? She says, I'm more interested in Angel and how she treats us as friends. I said, bye, Wendy. Bye, Wendy. About this, that was really the part for me where I was like, Wendy, go ahead, baby. Baby, go ahead on. You were not concerned about that lady and the friendship she got with y'all. And I would have respected it more if you never even said that. Don't act like you really want a friendship with her. I feel like it's totally okay to not want one with her ass, to be honest with you. The way she keep coming for you. The way she keeps saying doing shit, I ain't saying that to nobody else but making you the target. Why would you even say I'm more concerned about how she treats us as friends? Like, that hoe ain't my friend. Like, what? That was the part that I was like, Wendy, go ahead on, love. None of this looked good. So then Ashley asked, is Angel broke? And that's what I really wanted to get into Ashley. However, when I look back at it, it's like, I don't know, something ain't right. Something, like, is she? Is she broke? With your raggedy? Bro, come on, Dr. Simone. So I don't know. So then Gizelle gonna talk about something. Well, I heard that Bobby don't like Eddie. And Wendy just laughed. So Gizelle couldn't help but laugh too and say that she just made that up. Okay? Y'all see how quick Gizelle will make some shit up? Y'all see how quick she just make it up? Some of that lady was evicted out their house. It just made it up. Anywho, so Wendy is talking about Stacey, right? And this was another thing that I wasn't crazy about with Wendy. So Wendy says that, I talked to Stacey and I told Stacey I want her to bring the potato salad. And you know what she said? She said, yay. And then he'll go, Ashley, well, I heard that potato salad ain't got no raisins in it. Ashley, shut the hell up. Because if anybody's potato salad gonna have that, yours gonna be the first one. Understand that. That's what I would believe. If I had to decide on who I think is gonna bring the worst, it probably would be you. All right, but I don't know. I feel like if you had Uncle Lunk doing it, then it might be right. Okay. However, when Wendy said that, I was kind of like, I don't know, Wendy. I don't know. I don't know. Cause you do be acting like you Stacy friend, and then you be throwing shade at that lady. Okay? You be throwing shade at her. So I don't know, girl. Trying to make fun of her just a little piece. So we'll see. What else? Potomac Cowboy event comes around and Wendy brings Popeyes. I said, Wendy, now you know that's not enough food. Especially if everybody else's food is nasty and the people want a piece of Popeyes, okay? Now, Ashley and the kids walk in. Dean and Dylan look, I think it's Dean and Dylan. They look so cute. But Dean walked in that bitch like he did not want to be there. He was like, I do not want to come here because, the camera's here. I already know y'all finna be on some fuck shit. I already know how this go. I really don't. I'm really not even trying to be here with this. Ashley brought catfish for Angel. Now, Ashley, you know you messy as fuck. That was so messy. That's so messy. So Kiana calls Angel, right? So she's calling her, ask her like, where y'all at? How far are y'all? She said, girl, we're fine. We'll be there. She says, but how far? Her husband said, we'll get there when we get there. Ooh. What Dr. Wendy said, she was like, well, that's not very what she said, family something or hospitable or something she said. And I'm like, well, you right. And I'm glad you said that while his ass was still on the phone, just a little piece. Okay. But also I thought about it kind of how Tia did in the after show. Like, well, maybe he thought that he was talking to Kiana and maybe they, talk like that. Right? It could be because they were possibly moving. They had a lot going on, right? But they weren't moving that damn much. They weren't moving that much. And maybe they just was at each other. Maybe they was going off on each other. Maybe he was running late and she got frustrated with the fact that she was trying to be there on time and he was taking his time. Maybe it was the other way around. Maybe she was taking too long. He was trying to hurry up and get there. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything, right? So Ashley goes to the confessional and says, why does Bobby have all this energy? My God, he has a temper on him. And I'm like, Ashley, you don't even know this man. And Ashley could be right and as the show progresses. But in this moment, I'm like, Ashley, you don't even know this man. And you have had very, very little interaction with him to say that he got a temper. Now, I'm with you if it was like, dang, he a little rude today. Like, damn. I could get that part. Like what Wendy said. But to add the temper portion, it just kind of makes me think of Gizelle a little bit when Gizelle tried to say that Stacey can't be around children and kids. I'm sorry, husbands and children. It kind of gave that a little bit. Like just adding that, it's like, now if somebody would have said that about your man, you wouldn't like that. But anywho, Stacey walks in with her husband, unless he gave her more of a reason, right, to think he has a temper on him. But all he said was, we'll get there when we get there. That's all he said. So I don't know, but let's keep going. So Stacey walks in with her husband. She walked in with her family on U-Haul. So I said, I know that's right, Stacey. Stacey walked in with the family. Y'all been asking about me. Here I go. I heard you just was looking for me. Here I go. I'm like, oh, okay. So they didn't let Timo in, right? She said that he only showing up because of her relationship with Wendy. I said, well, that's interesting. How the tides have turned, because I've been waiting and wondering why haven't you updated him on the dynamics between you and Wendy if y'all are in a better situation, okay? But then at the same time, I kind of hated that she brought him because I was like, you ain't got to prove shit to these ladies. You ain't got to prove nothing to them. So he didn't have to come around. But I can appreciate the fact that you brought him because that's what you wanted to do versus somebody else telling you to bring him somewhere. But I mean, it still gave a little show and prove, right? So it's time for Wendy to announce, right? It's time for her to announce what everybody pretty much brought. And she went through everybody. And then she put emphasis on, she got to Ashley. She said, Ashley brought catfish. Catfish. Yes, Ashley brought catfish. Catfish, Ashley. Ashley did the catfish. Ashley brought catfish. I was like, damn, Wendy, how many times we got to say catfish? I think Kiara, I think Stacy, I keep getting everybody mixed up. Angel. I think Angel got it the first time that you said catfish. Now, if you had to say it the second time, I get it. But maybe Wendy did that to see if she was going to give a reaction like she's done to Wendy in the past. Right? But I was just like, we got to put all this emphasis on damn catfish. I felt like that was a little childish in my personal. So Ashley says Angel, she asked Angel about the house. Angel lets them know it was a short-term lease because they thought they would find a house and they will be back and forth until they find a home, which doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. So Angel doesn't know when the house was booked for. She was like, no, because the house was originally booked for. And then I think Tia asked her something and she was like, well, I don't know. I'm like, wow. Yikes. Then here go Ashley. Now this right here was a mess. I just feel like this was an unnecessary. Ashley says, it's confusing for me because, as a mom, I know that you're on top of your things because you're a mom. And I would think that you would have that type of stuff in order, right? And it's just like, Ashley, what we getting at? This is when Wendy says, girl, the people said you evicted. The people said you evicted. And Tia like, Wendy, that is not, girl, you will add some spice to it. Wendy said, girl, I'm just not going to dance around what it is that the people saying. And I'm just like, well, tell them the people is Gizelle. Because that's what Gizelle said. Gizelle said that you was evicted. Wendy didn't actually say that. So we're going to get the continuation of that on next week. But we got to the after show. And of course, the ladies talk about Angel and her husband being late to the event. And Tia said she was giving them grace and said Bobby, may have been thinking that he was just talking to Kate only. And I said, I was thinking the same thing originally, right? Then Wendy, she says that she thinks Angel hasn't found her footing in this group and says that she doesn't seem to want to get to know them and it's red flags to her. I don't know. So I wish Wendy would have elaborated on that, on why that would be a red flag and why would she come on this show not wanting to get to know y'all. I think that she came on this show thinking she was going to be in a higher position than what she is or something. I think she thought that because of her husband's accolades, right? I think she thought that it was going to make more people be interested in her. Whole time y'all are learning this is not wags, or she's learning this is not wags, and no one cares about your husband's stats. We want to know what you got going on. We're invested in you, not him. So what you got going on? So it could, yeah. I mean, I think that she does want to get to know people. She just don't damn know how. Angel says that she had a lot going on and her sitter was late to find her home. And that's where I was like, I don't believe you, Angel. I believe you had a lot going on, but the sitter couldn't find your house. And maybe that's true, but it's like, why you just ain't bring your son? You brought the other child and it was like a family event. So I wonder why. And then it's like you and your husband there. So it's not like only one set of eyes was going to be on your child. Y'all brought one, maybe I don't know, but I'm just like, why you just ain't bring both of them? But I think they only got 2 kids, right? Or is it 3? So I don't know, but that definitely came to my head. So Angel thinks Wendy was trying to find a moment off her. I disagree. I really think Wendy was trying to find no moment off you. She could have been trying to find a moment to see if you was going to say some shit to Ashley, even though I feel like she was being extra about it. But I don't think she was trying to find a moment off of you. Like, you came to her moment. That was her damn event. What? So she didn't like that Wendy acted like she was trying to act like she wants to be friends with her, but then does stuff like this. Now, the most Wendy did, even with me finding irritation with her continuing to say catfish, she didn't bring the damn catfish, ma'am. Ashley brought the catfish. If Ashley would not have taken upon herself to bring catfish, then it wouldn't have been nothing for Wendy to even say. Ashley brought the catfish. But she did have some words for Ashley, as I will say. Now, Wendy says this is another example of Ashley and Gizelle blatantly disrespecting Miss Angel to her face. And she still doesn't give them the same energy that she gives to Wendy. Wendy not wrong. Might have been extra in my personal, but she not wrong. Okay? Because that is what happened. All right. Now, Angel thinks that Ashley is nasty. This is what she said. She's a nasty. She's not a good. At first, I thought she was talking about Wendy. And I was like, girl, what? I had to rewind it. And she was talking about Ashley. She said she thinks Ashley is nasty. She don't think that she's a good friend. She thinks Ashley is a liar. She thinks Ashley likes to deflect or pretty much project is what she meant. But she says that Ashley likes to deflect what's wrong in her life and put it off on other people. I'm like, girl, I want you to say all of this to Ashley at their reunion, please. Okay? Angel says to be a mean girl in 2025 gives stank coochie energy. And Kay said it gives what now? She said catfish coochie energy. Girl, I wish you would have said that in her face. Okay? Please repeat it at the reunion. Ashley, Angel says that you is giving catfish coochie energy. Okay? That's why you brought that catfish. Okay? Because your coochie stink. I'm just telling you, and that's not even really, because I don't know what Ashley got going on, and that's not nice to say. However, you did bring catfish up there. And you are being a mean girl. So Angel said you have catfish coochie energy. CCE. I'm just letting you know, girl, what Angel said, baby. I said Angel not wrong here. When it comes to Ashley, Angel's not wrong. Okay? I just would like to see in next episode, Angel say something to Ashley for Ashley bringing that catfish up there. Because Ashley made that executive decision to do that. Okay? Now, they debate about whether Angel can sing. Gizelle, in my personal, was hating hard on Angel's voice. And Tia is like, well, what is it? She says, because you've heard her sing before, so I'm trying to understand. Do you not like Angel's voice because you don't like her voice, or do you not like it because you don't like her? I said, come on, Tia. Come on, Tia, say the things. Right? And it's really given that Gizelle does not like Angel. So Gizelle said that Miss Girl was up there singing, "Is Master gonna sell us tomorrow? Yes, yes, yes." That's how Gizelle said that Angel was up there singing. Okay? That lady was not up there singing like that. She may have had some issues with her voice because it happens. But don't be doing that woman like that, okay? Now, Angel does go on to sing. Angel can sing. It kind of gives a little bit of Chrisette Michele, but I do think that Chrisette Michele's vocals are a bit stronger. And I think that Angel probably just ain't used on vocal cords in a minute. She hasn't done that practicing in a while. But you could tell that she could sing. She could sing better than most of the people in the damn group, okay? So whatever it was, Gizelle, I think that it was better than yours. I think that it was better than yours, okay? So that was pretty much the episode. That was pretty much, the after show and everything. Okay. I know y'all finna be mad at me, girl, but I still love y'all. I had to tap on little Wendy. Just a piece, okay? But that's just that. I'm still on her side. However, I just thought some stuff wasn't even necessary for real. She definitely sounds better than Ashley. For sure. Okay. Girl, not Gizelle. What is your talent? I do wonder. Listen, Gizelle want all the smoke from Angel and Stacy. Baby, when Timo walked in, Gizelle was thinking like, okay, and we don't want to see him now. That's kind of the vibe she was giving, but she was the first one outside of Eddie to go. She was the first, I think, lady out of the group to go over there and introduce herself to this man and her daughters. So she can act like she don't care, but she do. Not Angel is giving the same persona Stacey is QVC, but both hood is fuck. You think Stacey hood? I mean, they are. I mean, it's giving a little bit of the same. I just want them to be on Angel a little bit how they was on Stacey. Let me tell you, baby, listen to me. Angel, you do need to prep for the reunion. Now, wait a minute. Now, this is why I got to disagree, because Ashley is not a wordsmith. The wordsmith was Candiace, and the people didn't want her on the show. Okay? The wordsmith to me was Candiace. It was very nasty, very, very rude. Okay? But Ashley is not a wordsmith. But I do think that Angel is going to have to get her memorization up, because like she's been doing these interviews, looking at these notes as she read a BIT. The least you can do is put your notes up there by the camera, girl, so you know what you're finna say. But she's over here like, and Ashley is raggedy with some stank coochie energy. Matter of fact, it's catfish coochie energy. And where is her storyline? Like, this is how Angel has been doing her interviews. I don't know what's going on. She did good in the after show, though. Okay? And that could be because she was more comfortable because Kay was there, somebody that she's known for years. So that may be, I think she did real good. Like, that energy you gave in the after show, bring it. Bring it to the show just a bit, all right? This is why I kind of feel like she need another season to get comfortable, get familiar with these ladies. But if she's on the same stuff the next season as she was this season, I don't think she should return after that. But she just, sometimes it may take people some time to loosen up. And those are my thoughts. But she better get that together, because you're not going to be able to have that paper and on phones out, okay? At least memorize you 3 good ones and know when to throw them in. Because some of the housewives would recognize, they'll remember like at least 3 good ones, and they'll be good, but the placement, like they don't understand timing or comedic timing or whatever. So they be so ready to get that one off, so they ain't got to remember it no more or hold on to it. They hurry up and say it, and we be looking like, huh? That don't even go with what she just told you. And it could be editing too. Right? But just remember, you a good 3 that you're ready to slang out there. Okay? When Stacey said, I'm going to be like Michelle, when they go low, I'm going to eat a... When they go low, I'm going to eat a gummy and go high. Baby, listen. The way Stacey needs to... I'm going to go and tell you, baby. April 20th will get here quicker than you think. If you don't go ahead and have somebody design them design them shirts and have them available for the people to purchase on Shayo, on their website, y'all need to get with your partners and get your stuff together. And that definitely needs to be on the shirt, because there's going to be a lot of folks on that day. Okay? I'm just letting you know, go and put that on the shirt, girl, or something, on a mug or something. Go and get your merchandise. Let me see. Thank you so much for the super chat. Katie, did I say it right? Katie, Gizelle, Ashley, and Wendy on her back. She's done. And notes aren't allowed at the reunion. They're not. Angel is not keeping up at this reunion at all. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Listen, it's not looking good for her. It's not, but that's why I say try to get at least 2 or 3, maybe. Let us pray. Let's see. Okay. The whole Angel moving out situation had me so confused until I realized it's an Airbnb. They booked an Airbnb and their time ran out. Then the owners booked to another family. Right. Right. They booked that Airbnb. Time ran out. When Angel went to try to probably extend it, it was too late because they already booked somebody else with it. That's crazy. But for Gizelle to try and say, oh, I just think that, and I think Wendy may have said this too during the after show, where they just feel like she don't like them like that and she don't really want to be around, so she's not planning on sticking around. I'm kind of like, I don't think that's the case. Because if Ashley is thinking she's broke and ain't got it, then this is one place she can get the money. So why would she not? I mean, it's true she may not like y'all. However, I think she would still film with y'all. She's still there, right? So I don't know. But yeah, Angel gives me she take it through this will turn into a love and what? Love and hip hop or baddie. She keep trying not to go there. Oh, you think so? You think Angel will take it to a love? And I don't get that vibe from her. I know she talks like that in some of her confessionals, but I don't get that vibe. That she really gonna start throwing hands and trying to fight and stuff? I think Angel in my personal is too froggy for that. I mean, not froggy, but too afraid for that. Yeah, Wendy really likes the fact that she's cool with Gizelle, so she's in the popular group. I don't know. I don't know if it's that, but I do feel like when I was hearing Wendy talk about the situation with Angel, it was giving more Gizelle-esque. And I'm like, Wendy, you ain't gotta do that. Let Gizelle do it. That's more Gizelle-esque. To make a big deal out of somebody looking for a cheaper home, but wants the home to actually look like it's more than what they're paying. Like, that was crazy. Not they not that close and Bobby don't F with Kiana. Y'all don't think Bobby rock with Kiana? Y'all don't think so? Nah, I don't get the Monique vibe from her. Ghetto. Yikes. And we didn't see her this episode. I wonder if she's gonna be back in some other episodes. I'm like, why y'all didn't invite her to the cowboy thing? Why she didn't get to come? What's that about? Bobby was very confused why she walked up in the rental without ringing the bell. Ooh, that's what it was. Mm-hmm. Damn. Okay. I still gotta watch the Married to Medicine. So we're gonna get into that one tomorrow. So I'll probably go live around the same time tomorrow and we'll get into that Married to Medicine episode. So y'all make sure y'all come back. Make sure you subscribe. Your notification bells are on. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get into that live on tomorrow. But I wanted to make sure I go ahead and get this Potomac one out the way. I feel like Potomac, it wasn't like a that big of an episode. I feel like the episode was just okay. In my personal, I'm hoping they pick it up. And I think the only way, in my opinion, to pick it up is if we move from the conversation of Stacy all the time. If we can push past that and let's get into some other things, let's see. But also, I just need to see more. Cause probably gonna get tired of Kiana. I'm not Kiana, but Angel being a target, and then Stacy being a target, and y'all going in between them two. Like, who finna get on some of the other ladies? Who's finna get on some of the other ladies? And how are y'all gonna bring Monique back into the fold? Did y'all just have her on for that limited time? Cause I don't know. From the previews, I don't think I saw her in the next episode either. So, IDK. But yeah. Knowing what we know about Wendy, nothing she says hold weight, hold anyway. All the trash talking about other people actually lands on her own feet about herself. She's the real fraud. Damn, you have to call her the fraud yet, nah, because she ain't been guilty yet. She ain't been found guilty yet. I understand what you're saying, but don't call her. Can we just hold on for a second? Wait till she found guilty. Just a second. But I do think that Bravo is messy as hell because I have noticed how they keep putting in little moments about them spending money. Right? Like I can't remember what Stacey was talking to their daughter about, but she was like, I have 3 and my daddy's gonna buy me another one, so 4. And I'm like, we didn't even need this. We did not need this. Last week it was her not remembering the debit card number. Right? I'm like, oh, Bravo, y'all be working against people, don't you? You ain't gotta do that for our benefit. Because honestly, we know what's going on. I feel like you doing the work of the damn I ain't gonna say the feds, but you know, you doing the work of them people. Like, why you keep showing us stuff like this? You know? Y'all be so messy. Y'all be worse than the people that review the show, in all honesty. But the people that review the show be getting worse slack and worse whatever comments and shit than y'all do. And y'all be putting the mess together. Don't let somebody label somebody a drinker. Child, y'all really gonna show all of that every time they pick up a bottle, even if it ain't even mentioned. I think one time, I don't even think it was a conversation about Chris Bassett drinking at all, but y'all made sure that y'all kept showing Chris with some in his hand. Okay? Child, they will work against y'all, won't they? That's crazy. But yeah, they know exactly what they doing. I'm like, so messy. So messy. No, ain't Kim getting their mama in trouble. I'm hollering. But baby, let me tell y'all, speaking of mama, next episode, Wendy's mom is gonna snap on her. Matter of fact, let me play that. I just wanna hear that last portion of that trailer. Give me 1 second. Is this it? I'm just gonna play this last piece.
I know that you're very on top of it, right?
Shut up, Ashley.
Next time on The Real Housewives of Potomac.
So what's your plans for moving in? My plan is just to smile every day and be quiet.
I remember my mom calling us saying, your brother and sister are coming. I was like, huh?
Brother and sister.
Is that her sister? She's gorgeous.
It was the most awkward time for me.
Hello? I called Dad.
I'm already pissed off, so don't piss me more off.
You guys always do this.
Shut the up, Wendy.
What? Who are you talking to, mama? Mama, who is you talking to?
Hello? I called Dad.
I'm already pissed off, so don't piss me more off.
You guys always do this.
Shut the up, Wendy.
What's wrong with you? Hey, I don't know about Nigerian culture. I do understand you should respect your elders, but I respect elders that respect me. I don't give a damn if you is my mom. Don't talk to me like that. Don't ever tell me to shut up. Especially when it's given. I pay your bills, you don't pay mine. I do not care about none of this stuff, okay? Respect your elders. Hell no. Elders need to respect others, okay? Period. Now you mad because they talk to the daddy just because you got hate. That's still her dad. Now, granted, I do think Wendy, I can't tell her how to feel. I'm not in her feelings, right? But the sister has moved past it. Sister already recognizes and knows his position in her life, which is not one. I would love for Wendy to follow suit. However, she, like a lot of other people out here in this world, still have a yearning for that absent parent or whatever, right? Yearning to be seen. That is something she has going on. She still got hope within her heart. Don't know what's going to happen for her mama to tell her to shut the F up. And I feel like her mama often talk to her like any kind of way and then be having her hand out expecting stuff. And I just feel like, yeah, take care of your parents, look out for them, but fuck no, I'm sorry. Like, I feel like my love come with conditions, period. Don't care nothing about it. Don't go on. Overrated. Unconditional love is overrated. Overrated. Listen, it comes with conditions. Because what you're not finna do is disrespect me. In my house. Mama, no mama. And tell me to shut the F up. Oh, no. Now, maybe if her and her sister was arguing, and it was like, would y'all shut the up? Maybe. If you're trying to calm down the madness, maybe. But if Wendy's just trying to talk to you and get you to understand something and you telling her to shut the F up because you still have animosity and an issue with her daddy, that's on you. I do understand it from the standpoint of her mama feeling a way that the daddy kind of wrote off his daughter or daughters in a sense. I understand that too, but at the end of the day, this is Wendy's life and we are not going to always like the decisions of our kids. So let her do her thing. What she's doing isn't really harming anyone, but really herself ultimately. But mama, I can't. And I understand, like, that's y'all have a certain culture, but at some point, I also understand, I think you need to put your foot down just a little bit. Like, I can't. But we'll get into that because I might feel differently, all right, when we watch the full episode. But I feel like Wendy does too much for her mom, for her mama to sit up there and disrespect her like that. In my personal, but We'll see. But that's all I got. I thank you guys for being here with me. All right. And chatting it up. Okay. Liking the commentary, not liking the commentary. Okay. I still appreciate you all for being here. So the party was on July 4th. Didn't Wendy get robbed July 7th? So are we going to see that this season? We are going to see that this season, but why I thought that happened in April? Why I thought everything happened in April? I thought that everything happened in April of 2024 and Wendy and her husband were being investigated for over a year. I could be so wrong on that. Please correct me because I'm not sure. It could have been July 7th, but I always thought that the robbery and stuff took place in 2024, I thought, and then they were being investigated and stuff, and then the charges and stuff came about in like October of this year. But y'all let me know, because again, I could be wrong, but I do believe we're going to see that because there was a mid-season trailer that dropped last month, and I remember seeing Eddie and her asking, how is this going to affect their marriage or something like that. So I do believe we're going to see that. We're going to see Karen have that sit down with Andy. But honestly, y'all, I feel like that's going to be the last final episodes with Wendy and with Karen and Andy. I think that's probably going to be either final episode or maybe the last few. We'll see. But yeah, I think we're going to get all of that. So yeah. Yeah, they were on vacay when it happened. So, okay, so it was the year before. So it was in 2024 when it happened? Because I thought it was in April of 2024. Okay. So somebody is saying that producers didn't put it on the show. Not because they knew it was a lie, child, hush. Okay. And it happened before they started filming last year, right? Because that's how I thought it happened. I thought it always happened right before filming picked up last year. Right. We are watching 2025. But I don't think they're going to pick up the burglary stuff, right? And everything they went through with the burglary. What they're going to pick up, because they've already shown us in the mid-season trailer, is the aftermath of them being caught. Or them being charged with whatever the crimes were. So, yeah. But anywho, thank you guys so much for being here. Be sure to like up the video. I appreciate all of the support. Be sure to follow me over on social media at JamiThatsMe. And y'all know I'm going to catch y'all in the next one, honey. Bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cash died at the ATM. And the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF. Got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man? They say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can fill a pool, we gon' make them swim.